woke up this morning, the sky was gray.
Hey there, beautiful humans. If you're enjoying this video, do me a quick favor. Give it a thumbs up. It really helps more magical folks like you find this channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell so you don't miss any of the adventures, wisdom, or wild stories coming your way. Trust me, it only gets better from here. Oh, and drop me a comment. I read every single one. Let's keep this conversation going.
So today we have a workshop which will show you how to write a story, Christmas in July, middle grade to young adult. It's basically I'm going to show you a workflow, and we're going to hopefully have a whole story by the end of that session. So hold on to your Christmas hat. So my name is Manon Doucet, and I'm a published author. All right. Zoom housekeeping rules. Please stay on mute unless you are invited to speak. So if you have any question, please unmute and ask your question, or use that little raise button under the art, I believe, inside the Zoom, inside your screen. You can raise your hand and I can say, yes, please talk at the same time that I'm ready to get you to talk. Or you can put that big question inside the chat so I can find you. And answer your question. So be kind and supportive. This is a creative, judgment-free space. Let's have some fun, learn a lot, and write something magical together. Again, camera off to reduce the feedback. Please make sure that you mute your button so we don't hear your husband or wife or the dogs behind you. That's what is the most disturbing, not the question. Raise your hands or write that big question here in the chat so I can find you easily. If I see someone which can, an ambassador, I can ask to be a, interesting, I put it on do not disturb, sorry about that. You'll receive a, just give me a second, I'm going to turn off my phone, it's not supposed to be ringing. It's not working. No. And put it in the bathroom. Here we go. Okay, hopefully it's not going to ring anymore. Okay, you'll receive a quick email at the top of the hour at 1 o'clock for me from Sudowrite asking you how we did in this class. So please give us some information on how you tell us in 1 or 2 sentences. What was your favorite part of today's session? What's one thing you're learning that you are excited to try on your own writing? If you have to go before I finish the class, please don't worry. There will be a recording. As you know, most of you knows I'm very, very quick on putting the recording on the Discord. So hopefully you are on Discord. So here again, that's me, Manon Doucet. I'm a writer, a teacher, a creative guide. I'm passionate about helping writers bring their story to life, especially magical one for young readers. In this session, I will show you a part of my workflow using an image so we can get a story, Christmas in July. These are some of my books which are published. You can find them on Amazon. This is a series of 52 books that most of you know I'm writing. So eventually they are going to be up on Amazon. This is my very, very first one I wrote 3 years ago and had the audacity to publish. But it's a good seller. It's a small book, and this one is Meditation for Children and a planner for writers. And yeah, I like a bit of self-help. And tomorrow people will know about the nonfiction. I have a series of nonfiction topics that I'm publishing also. So you can go and check those. So in this class is for people who are seeking a different workflow. All the authors, all the teacher, all the author on the Sudowrite, we all have a different workflow. We're not all writing the same way. And there's so many ways to go about in Sudowrite anyway. I'm going to share the information here. So share, copy, done. That's going to be the Word document. The Word document, it's a lot of information that you can read. You're also going to find a the chat history that I play with on how to find information on how to write fairy tale, adventure, and things like that for middle grade. I don't want to stay too long on that. It's just information for you that you can read. A lot of information on how to change or get a good genre, story outline, and the bestseller strategy are on this document. But we're not going to stay on that document because I really want to show you what we do with that image. And any question right now before I start? We all good? All right. So let's share let's go. We share the to-do desk one. Let's share this Google Story for Children. There we go, that one. All right. So we all see my document here. Perfect. All right. Now we are inside Sudowrite. So again, I have even more notes over here on how to go about writing short story. And these are information for you that you can read. So I'm not going to spend too much time on reading all that, but I will share that. And you also have the chat GPT attached to it. So I'm going to share that note with you. And at the end, you'll see, if not at the end, but very soon you understand the whole concept of all those information. Smart story outline for kids. So the outline follow a structure. So I did go with ChatGPT and I asked, come on, give me a really good story outline that work for short story for children. And he called it the smart story outline. In Sudowrite, is most of you know where we put that once we have an idea what kind of story we want. This smart story outline that the AI seem to understand, where does it go? Anyone has that answer? So that outline here, if you want to use that outline, you copy it and you go into the outline. Even if you have nothing else written, you can do that anyway. And you go in that outline section of the Story Bible, drop down, custom, you can put it right here. And you can say, use this. The AI know what it is. So this is something for you to know how to have a creative outline for story for young reader. This is one way of go about it. So this smart outline giving you a clear structure, the beginning, the middle, and the end, give you a momentum of engaging action that keep the reader hooked. The age appropriate 7 to 13. I like to sometimes put 16 because I think it's more along that 7 to 16, most of the story that I'm writing. Related character, the protagonist that young readers can connect with. Very important. The kid has to connect with one of the main character. Then we need twists and takeaway, a fun surprise or a meaningful lesson at the end. So that's how normally children's story goes about. Then there's also here how to write a bestseller 7 to 13. The ChatGPT puts 7 to 13 all the time, but I like put 16. So I'm not going to repeat that again. I will try not to. And then you can see here, so using the inside and the smart outline. Again, the smart outline is up here, so they know that outline. And then you have a bit more information on the foundation of your audience. So the age, middle grade, sweet spot. Their level of reading, independent reader who love relatable heroes, humor, adventure, light emotion. What they love, kids like themselves, solving big problem, funny twists, exciting challenge, and things like that. So all that information on how to hook your young reader. So I'm just trying to not digress into all that information. There's tons of information you can read. So again, I will share this. You can read it at your own leisure. That's right there in the chat. All right. Much, too much information to read. Too much, but you can go back and check and find some information for the story. Let's get to what I want to teach you today. When I did send the class over, I did brought a couple of images and I put one inside the information of the class. Where is this image? It's supposed to pop up and it's not popping up. Okay, just give me a second. It's in the background somewhere. Oh, they're over there, so that's why they don't pop up. Okay, I'm going to show you the image that I want to bring over, and I have to share there. So these are the image that I wanted to show you we're going to work with. Let's get the icon. So we have this guy, this guy, this guy, and the screenshot. All right. I'm going to, how we get these bigger? So I have to share this. It's a lot of sharing. Let's get this desktop instead. There we go. So this is one of them, Christmas in July. And this is the other one that I had on the class. So how do we use these story or these image to get some information and get a story based on the image? We're going to go in ChatGPT. Am I going too fast so far? Are you still following? So let's open a brand new chat. And in the chat, we have place where we can bring those images in. So we can bring one image, we can bring two images. So I'm going to close this one and close this one. I'm going to use the little one over here. We just take it, drag it inside ChatGPT. We can take both. Where did it go? There you go. And then we ask ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT, I need some idea. I want to write some story. Christmas in July for middle grade or young adults. So hello, chat. I need your help to write a very good story. Or I like to use the bestseller story of this era sometime. Just go all out with ChatGPT. Very good story about Christmas in July. Can you give me 3 ideas based on the 2 images I gave you? Let's see what ChatGPT can do. So he's looking at the image, it's thinking a little bit. Absolutely based on the 2 images. One of the jolly Santa relaxing on the beach hammock with a coconut drink, and the other is a festive Santa-like character wearing a modern gear, excited and full of energy in the firework-lit city. Here 3 creative story idea for you, Christmas in July theme. Comedy adventure, Santa mid-year vacation mix-up, age 6 to 12. That's a bit young. I would probably go with this one, which says all age. So let's see this one anyway. Every July, Santa Claus take a secret vacation to Hidden Island Paradise where he swap cookies for coconut and the sleigh bell for steel drum. But this year something goes wrong. His vacation accidentally get live streamed by an influencer health and turn who tag it's Christmas in July, and the whole world starts celebrating mid-year. That's not a bad story. The age a bit young, that's not a bad story. Let's see for all age. The Summer Sleigh Race. Animated holiday special sport comedy. Santa twin brother, Sandy Claus, has one job: protect the summer sleigh. A magical surfboard power sleigh that keep the season balance. But when a misfit tech elf named Wiz from the second image challenged Sandy to a summer sleigh race around the world, the balance of seasons is at stake. Not bad. The race goes through the beach, desert, firework festival, and tropical monsoon. All right. And the third one, Operation Jungle Flip Flop. So magical comedy, body adventure, target age 8 to 14. Premises, Santa helps accidentally swap his winter wardrobe with a beach vacation kit. But day before a surprise inspection by the Council of Holiday Spirit, Santa dressed in red swim trunk and sipping coconut water, most convincing the console that the tropical twist on Christmas is just what the world needs. Okay, so it's going to be on Discord, the recording that you're going to find. I don't think it's an email for the recording. So between the three story, which one you think it would be the most fun to write together today? Number 1, 6 to 12, Santa mid-year vacation mix-up. Summer sleigh age all age, the animated holiday special sport comedy. Or the fourth one, the third one, magical comedy, Operation Juggle Flip Flop. 1, 1, 1. Okay. All right. So let's go with 1. What will be our next step? We're going to bring them in here and ask a lot of questions about it. So let's copy those Christmas. I will, because I have stuff over here already. We create a brand new document. And we're going to bring that here. So our idea are right there. And we decided to take the first one. Making a second blank document, and I'm going to put the information of the second one. What do we ask? We can ask over here, but to save time, I'm going to ask in the real ChatGPT. You can use the free one over here by simply highlight it and go in the quick edit. But for the sake of the classes, I will go in this one. So, all right, okay. I choose the first one. Tell me what will make this story a best seller in July. So we're going to start brainstorming information. We need twists, character, all kind of thing that we need to get this story to go. So what will make this story a bestseller in July? A fresh holiday twist. Christmas in July is already a known concept, but rarely explored in children's literature. You're taking a fun real world Kirk and turning it into a full-on magical adventure instead of intrigue. It tap into the holiday nostalgia and summer excitement. Give parents a reason to buy it when it's not December. Tropical Santa, visual gold. Picture book. Yeah, it could be a picture book for younger kids. Not for the age that we're looking for. They like to have a picture at the start of each chapter, but normally not like a picture book. It's also very expensive to print. Okay, early chapter books, rich in humor, colorful illustration, Santa in swim trunk, drink from coconut, reindeer in sunglasses on surfboard. These, though, can be very good idea for book covers on the story. Yeah, he's on work burnout. Visual comedy, read aloud, success. Parents and teacher will love it for summer library or school fun day, so they can have a good read aloud. So this is very important to have. Read aloud. To do that is very important to have this one. And where do you put this in your style? You can have your custom style, but one thing is very important. It's very, for middle grade and kids, it's to be able to have a read aloud. So I'm taking these information as I go because they're very important. So modern hook, the influencer, the elf, the idea of the elf accidentally going viral. It's hilarious and relatable to today's kids. That's true. You could even include social media element in the book layout, mock comment emojis, funny elf tubes like a camera. Oh my God, OMG! Santa is in sandal, Secret Santa. So all kind of tags from the influencer using. Okay, that's a twist we can use in the book. How we can use this. You are welcome, social media element, mock comment. That I will use. Oh, I know where I'm going to use that because I cannot put everything in one place. So we're going to use that inside our world building. Okay. Because this is basically, it's telling me everything it needs for the story. And we cannot put all that stuff in the little 40 words that we're looking for in our story Bible. So how we use all of it to go in one place that the AI can go get it. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to copy the whole item here. I will go back in Sudowrite, and that's my workflow. So at any time you have a question, let me know. I'm going to go in my world building. In my world building, I have a card which is called the style guide. Me and John use that style guide a lot. And I'm always having problem to find it, style guide. This is only a box, which is empty, but it's a style guide. The information I just got in ChatGPT, I'm going to put it inside the style guide in the description. And here I will just put SG. And I will use that in my extra instruction when I work the book itself. Now we don't need everything in the bottom because that's information here. It's not for this. But those questions in the bottom are important. So we have the information on what we need to get a bestseller in July. So we get that in our word building. It's going to become our writing style. Let's see. What else do we have here? So we have this holiday excitement with all the holiday pressure, parents and teacher, holiday team, holiday. Christmas in July become the joyful, playful celebration, kindness, and togetherness. Okay. You can include summer Christmas activity. Okay, wait. Okay, that's one thing that can be very interesting when you work with children. And give me a second, I'm having a problem with the back of my screen, and I don't have enough light. Give me a little. All right, I need to get my screen fixed up. All right, that's better. Okay. So these you can do when you do work with middle grade, you can do workbook or little book on the side, colorful book, coloring book. And these are kind of information that you can use for that. A DIY coconut ornament, a tropical cookie recipes, health dance challenge, also things that you can put inside the book, but you can have a book on the side that you can actually sell as a sidekick for that book. So those are very good idea. Next, comedy art. The story still will sing a balance of slapstick humor like Santa getting sunburn on only half of his belly with his arm like team. Okay, spreading joy, pro tip, maximize seller format, early reader, 6 to 12, 6 to 10, we don't want, I want older than that. So on one thing here, that's for the formatting and the image, okay, maybe. But we can actually go inside Sudowrite and change that. But we want to keep our 7 to 13 for Sudowrite, or picture book 4 to 8. I will keep it at 7 to 13. I don't want to go too young, even if it's a workbook and things like that. Even the youngest one can color these. All right, let's get back in here. Okay, now it says, would you like a chapter by chapter outline? I say, yeah, I like to have a chapter by chapter outline. So let's get this going here. I want to give me an idea of writing this story. So Santa mid-vacation mix-up comedy 6 to, I want this to go higher. Chapter 1, get my boots, my flip-flop. I'm going to ask him to do something for older kids. Seven to 13, please. So you can tell some people who write for adult or young adult change the age, and it's going to write a different, this based on the same stuff, but for older kids or older people. So Santa image again, 713, 12th chapter. Each chapter is 1,000 to 2,000 words. Third person POV, Santa, Blinky the Health. The Secret Getaway Clause, live stream, Ho Ho Ho, chapter 3, and it's going. Could you repeat those two first questions you asked ChatGPT? Yes. The first question I ask is, hello chat, I need your help. I need to give, and it's in the chat right now. So you bring the two image and you ask the question. Any image you can bring in and ask question. Then after that, we said we choose one of the story he gave us. So I says, okay, I choose this one. Then he went and give me more information. I didn't even ask much question here. Just say, okay, I choose this one. And then this part. So it's separate in two. So the second question is that I choose this one. So the story you want to choose. And at the bottom of it or in the same section, tell me what will make this the bestseller in July, like Christmas in July. Those are the three questions. Did that help you? Perfect. You're welcome. Okay, let's go back. All right, so now we have our outline for the age appropriate that I'm looking for. All right, now what is this telling us at the bottom? So what this version offer? More action, deeper comedy, and character arc for both Santa and Blinky. Themes or burnout, responsibility, and embracing the unexpected. Strong visual humor, fireworks, snow, flamingo, reindeer, magical Wi-Fi. A clear resolution built in series or sequel potential. All right. Okay, we're going somewhere. We have an outline giving us a bit of twist and information here. Final line. Okay. Write a one full chapter. No, I'm not ready to write a chapter yet. Built-in Sudowrite prompt. No. Design character bio. That I need. I want information on my character here. So I'm going to ask this. Create a worksheet. No, I don't need a worksheet. So I need those character information. What else can we ask? Can you please create 3 major twists for this story? So now I get information on our 3 main characters. Now we need some twists. Can you also give me 3 major cliffhanger? It's writing? Yeah. No, it's not. It's writing. So let's get twists. 1, the holiday console was behind the leak. The twist, hidden antagonist secret test. Chapter 8, just as things are spiraling. They revealed Santa discovered that Blinky live stream wasn't entirely an accident. The holiday console, Easter Bunny, Cupid, Mother Nature, and the Groundhog Gary had secretly granted the health Wi-Fi access as a test because they were considering retiring Santa due to joy fatigue. That's a good twist. The twist number 2, flamingo reindeer are magical exiles. Twist type, secret origin reconciliation. When it's going to happen in chapter 6 or 7, the reveal, the flamingo riding beach reindeer aren't random. They're occasionally the original reindeer squad, retired and exiled long ago after a sleigh crash during a rogue thunderstorm on Boxing Day. Santa never knew they'd been sent away. Not bad. The third one is joy meter is actually broken. Philosophical meta magic twist. In chapter 10 or 11, right before the big joy surge, the reveal, the magical global joy meter used to justify the Christmas in July push is malfunctioning. It's not joy that is missing, it's connection. The meter doesn't measure smile or laughter, it measures shared human warmth. And it's been low for a decade. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, it says a little error, but he finished writing what I need. So let's get to our 3 major cliffhanger. Oh, now it's giving me 2 answers. All right. Sleigh has vanished. The drone that should not exist. Blinky about to go live again. The cliffhanger flamingo in free fall. It's not giving me just 3, it's giving me 6. The joy of meter just went dark. The joyous meter is 0. Okay, so that one is similar. Quick tips for using these. Follow each cliffhanger with scene from another POV or humorous. Oh, that gave me another idea. We can do some dual POV inside our writing. Okay, which one do we prefer? Emotional load. That's the one here I like better because it's giving me a few more of this. Okay, let's go with this one. All right. Now we have quite a bit of information. What do we need to get all that? I want the ChatGPT to give me a whole story based on the one we choose with all the cliffhanger and all the information we ask. So what do we ask? So please write me the synopsis No, let's please write a 2,000 words synopsis with all the details required to write a bestseller Christmas in July. Interesting novel. 2,000 words, Christmas in July. What else can I ask him? Please write me a synopsis with all the details required. Yeah, we're pretty good with that. Now, why do I ask the 2,000 words? Anyone has an idea why I asked 2,000 words? Because I'm trying to get as much words and as much information as possible, which I really like because it's giving me by act with all the information is having those dark words in the information of important words that we can see, even those hashtag and things like that. Is having the right age, it's having the right title, the humor, the heartfelt, fast pace, the theme, joyous and seasonal. It's spontaneous, shared, and needed all year long. New anchor, July 25th instead for Christmas. Oh, that's too bad. That's pretty good. Then it's having the cliffhanger number 1 at the end of section 1 or act 1, cliffhanger number 2 at the end of act 2, and number 3 at the end of act 3. Then it's going to be act 4, which has a few of our twists in it. The epilogue, we have an epilogue. Then we have the key themes. Why is it a bestseller? Because Christmas in July is quirky. Interesting. Let's see how many words we have here. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go in Sudowrite. And I'm going to go in Brain Dump. That's where I'm going to dump all that. And we have everything we need, less than 2,000 words. So would you like to turn this so we don't need to get that information here? So we have all the information we need to write the book in our brain dump. Now we can work inside Sudowrite. We have more questions, we can go back to ChatGPT, no problem. So our genre. Let's ask this one here again. There's one more thing I want. What is the best genre for this story? What is the best genre to write this best seller novel I'm going to show you right now what I did. I put down read aloud. All right. Middle grade holiday adventure with a touch of magical realism. Middle grade, kids, adventure, comedy. Normally is at the bottom. But to position it inside Amazon is giving me way too much information. I need less information than that. Please reduce to 40 words. Oh, what happened? Sorry, I lost my screen for a second. Are we all there? Okay. Sorry about that. My screen went totally on the 0. Please reduce to 40 words. All right, middle grade holiday adventure comedy with magicalism, perfect for the age 7 to 13. It's blends Santa summer chaos. Read aloud. Again, that part here important. Mishap into a fast-paced story with heart, high stake, and a year-round bestseller potential. Okay, now we can go somewhere. Let's bring that inside our genre. And we have 33 words. Oh, that got very big. There you go. The style, it's not very important to have the style right away because we're not too sure about the style. And the style is affecting the scene and the character generator, the chapter generator, which is after we got everything else. Doesn't even do anything to the synopsis. So we have information about the almost 2,000 word synopsis that I asked for, which should give enough information to Sudowrite to write a good synopsis that is going to be able to go forward with. So let's go with that. And now that we also put our genre inside of it, it's going to use that because this is supposed to help the synopsis in the genre. And this is only for the synopsis. So let's generate a synopsis. Any question? Am I going too fast? So Santa Claus planned a secret getaway to Candy Cane Cove, a magical tropical island during the North Pole July shutdown. Burnout from the holiday rush, he leaves a young health intern, Blinky Twinklebatch, in charge of communication. Blinky, eager to impress, accidentally post Santa vacation online with caption suggesting a Christmas in July. The news goes viral, creating a chaos as kids demand early present and retailer loud sales. Santa remains unaware until enchanted seagulls deliver emergency message. Rushing to leave the island, he finds his sleigh missing, with only a pink flamingo feather left behind. Back at the North Pole, toy production falters until under the strain of early under the multifunction system. The reindeer refuse to fly due to summer burnout. Santa recruit rogue reindeer riding enchanted flamingos on Candy Cane Cove. Wow. Not too bad. Santa faced the International Holiday Council, Mother Nature, Cupid, Easter Bunny, and Groundhog Gary, who are furious about the unauthorized holiday. Just as Santa is about to shut everything down, Blinky discovers an ancient holiday charter, Halloween an auxiliary celebration during low moral period. With joy level at an all-time low, the council grant permission for a trial joy surge on July 25th. Not too bad. Gift drop around the world, but failed to spark magic or joy. The sleigh navigation glitch as Santa fear failure. Pippa realized that joy isn't measured by laughter, but by genuine connection. Families start celebrating together through act of kindness and share moment rather than just receiving gifts. The joy meter reignite with powerful fueled by community spirit and spontaneous delight. The sleigh stabilize and complete its mission. Even Groundhog Gary show emotion at the success of the midsummer joy drop. Santa returned to Candy Cane Cove, for a well-earned rest after declaring July 25th as the day of surprise joy. Yeah, it cracked me up too. Blinky earned a promotion to Joy Strategist for his innovation innovation effort, while Pippa update production calendars with contingency plan for future crisis. The story ends with Santa embracing year-round joy and spontaneity as key to spreading cheer across every season. Not bad, is it? All right. I think we are pretty good on asking a cast of character. We should have quite a few because we have all those bunny, groundhog, Mother Nature, Cupid, Santa. We have a lot of people. Santa Claus. We have I don't put anything in the character bio. What I did is when I got in ChatGPT, I asked ChatGPT to give me a lot of information on the three main character. So character arc and things like that. The reason why I asked the information about these character, I wanted the ChatGPT to base the information when you write my big 2000 supposed to be words stories or synopsis that is taking all the information about the character and bring them in. Therefore, that's why you see the holiday, the Mother Nature, Cupid, the groundhog, Gary. A bit like inside Sudowrite when we see all our character. You know what I mean? So now this information, I can also come back and put it inside Sudowrite. So because in a class, I cannot show everything in one shot, but I give you some hints on how to do things. So these, when you read all the character here, right now I'm going to assume they are okay. They want, when you read it and it says, I prefer the one in ChatGPT, you can go in ChatGPT and get the information from the character of Santa Claus. Go here and ask, not here, on the three dot. We don't have rewrite on character. Okay, so if you don't have the rewrite on character, you can just copy and paste. You're supposed to have rewrite on some of them. We have part where you can do the rewrite, or you can basically generate a character. So you can get everything. I will show you how to do that. Let's see if we want to regenerate Santa Claus based on this one here. So where's my character? So I choose this. Sorry if I go up and down. So here we have the health. I want to get, let's see that we get Blinky. You copy here all the information on Blinky. You bring it inside Sudowrite and you go in Sudowrite and say generate. And you pass the information of Blinky and you say go. So you're going to have twice Blinky. But if you don't like the Blinky information you have here, you can rewrite it or simply bring it from your information you got on the story you want to bring in. So we have quite a few people. So I'm closing down those boxes so we can see the new one coming up. We have a lot of character in that story. So it's working on the Blinky one. Yoga Vixen. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you see, got Blinky, Twinkle, Batch, him, he, Character, Catalyst, Twinkle, Snap, Health, the Viral Whisperer. Everything that we put from, or we brought in from the ChatGPT is here beside my monster stuff because when I write, my character box are very, 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 very full. I will show you that too. Where did you see that one? The Yoga Vixen. Yeah, that's cool. You can also put them here if you want. It's not an obligation because it's already here and the AI is very intelligent to go get the information over here. And this is the one I made for my character. I don't like just this one here. So when you do your character box, you can go and customize them. And that's where I add a lot of information on my character, depending on what I'm writing. And I have a lot of books that I'm writing on books, hour and monster. So that's why I have those special character trait inside my character. So hopefully that explains a bit of those. Would you do a setting card on island? The island card, yes, to me, it's necessary. So I could have gone here and then asked for a world building. Actually, I will do that. That will save me some time. Can you give me all the important world building card I need to write that story. So we need one on the North Pole, Candy Cane Cove. Going to leave it like this. That's the one thing we cannot import cards yet in the world building. And if we can, we could do it here. The last time didn't work too good, but we can try. We can try. So let's finish these cards. We even have bonus, but I don't want the bonus. I just want the 10 card. Let's see if we import those cards like they say. Let's copy, copy, copy. If it doesn't work, then we just bring them one by one. Let's import those cards. We put all them here. So we have 10 card. Let's see if it's going to know what we're looking for. Import. Yes, I will share the chat with you guys. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have more card than we asked for. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's go. So it's going to write those cards. At the end, when I'm done with all the chat GPT, I will copy and share it with you guys. No worry. And if I forgot, remind me, please, Jade. The joy box, wish shell, here we go. That's saving me a lot of time. Wow. So we have our writing style that I brought earlier. Now we have the North Pole in setting. We have the Candy Cove in setting. Technology, the snow seal, the holiday console, the organization, magical system, the joy meter, the health society role in culture, flamingo reindeer crew in organization, the sleigh as an item, the jingle jet as an item, the health tube as a technology, the flamingo board as technology, the joy-based magic as magical system, the holiday clause as magical system, the day of surprise joy as culture, the joy boxes as item, the wish shell as item, the mid-year mischief parade as culture. Wow, we have a very interesting world building. Again, I cannot read all that, but we're going to we go forward and get this. Now I'm going to ask one more question to this. We did at the start, remember, we did ask for the best custom outline, which I put it inside the other one. But for this story, I will ask something here. I'm going to ask, what is the best outline to use to write this story? So can you please tell me the best outline possible to write this bestseller story? And I'm going to just reiterate that it's Christmas in July. So absolutely, the Write a Santa Mid-Year Vacation mix of best-selling middle grade novel, tight structure, big laugh, high emotion, payoff, and rapid pacing, while the unique magical of Christmas in July. Below is the best outline format to use for that kind of story. A modified 12-beat adventure comedy outline. Interesting. Tailored to the holiday theme, Magical Mayhem for the age 7 to 13. Bestseller outline of the year mix-up. 12 beats, modify hero's journey, plus comedy beat sheets. Huh. I like that. I like the idea, and I'm very curious what that's going to look like. So what do we do with this? We copy that. We're going to go in our custom. We're going to pass that in. So we have the whole information. So I'm going to remove a couple of things here. Mix up, absolutely right. The sun, time, and the grape mix up. Bestseller novel. You need that outline. You need an outline. So outline, blend, that blend tight, big laugh, high emotion. Christmas in July. Below is the best format. So we reiterate the age, the 12 beats. This is the one it's giving us. We're going to leave ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, but Sudowrite to work on that. Don't worry for this funny format. The Sudowrite does understand. Want to expand it? We could, but we're sake of time, we won't have the time. So I'm going to just take this off like this. Use this, and we're going to ask, I'm going to, I don't think we want every character taught though. I'm going to use the third person POV at past tense, and I'm going to show you the tricks I like to do with my outline. Let's generate this. Any question as we go? How are we doing so far? Happy? You like that workflow? Okay. What did you label that card? Which one? Senator class today? Book in a month. So it's not on the same so yeah, the outline is this one here. That's the new outline that I asked, which will fit this story. Basically, it's the tight structure and all that. So basically, what happened here is giving you two outline and he merged them together. So basically, a modified hero's journey plus a comedy beat sheets. So this is the outline it's giving us. I'm going to share this before you all go to book in a month. So you can have the chat that you can look at it, which I will bring in. Yes, quill pen.
Oh, thanks, Manon. I just wasn't sure when you copied that second outline from chat, where did you paste it in? That's what I missed. I looked away from my screen and I missed it.
Okay, so basically when there's no outline written, there is a drop down in the outline and you go in the custom.
Oh, thank you. Right. Got it. The custom outline box.
Yes.
You just pasted it all right in there.
Bingo.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll mute now, and I will also have to leave too, but thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we have 12 chapter. We can go very, very fast and get these 12 chapter written in one shot. So if we were happy with that story, we could go and says, okay, I want this, but I want a short story. Remember, we want a short story. We don't want chapter like of 1 to 2,000 words each, which will bring at 30,000 words, basically. Not a big book, but it's 30,000 words, so it's not a short story. But if you want a short story, how you do it? You copy your outline. One thing that I like to do to link it is I'm going to add a chapter. And I'm going to put the entire outline in this. And with this, I'm going to create chapter 13. Which is linked to that chapter 13, is connected to nothing else. Going to open my little draft. You could also ask, if you don't open the draft, you can also ask for 3 opening. You can read the 3 openings. Most of the time, that's what I like to do. I like to create 3 opening to give me access to more idea on starting that book. So I like to read those. This is part of my workflow. When this is done, I'm going to go, there we go, it's doing all the chiclet, is writing the 3 opening. I can choose the one I want, and then I can write with the right button or all these button on top. But for the sake of this class, I will not go on that one because it's going to be too long. I'm going to wait for these to finish. There we go. I'm going to go and generate. I'm going to take all my chapter and I'm going to put them in here. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting everything like chapter 2 with the title, and I'm going to bring the little paragraph underneath so it doesn't give me what we call a scene just for one sentence. So I wanted to understand this is chapter 4 or act 2, chapter 5, start here. You understand? So you don't want to have just one line as a scene. And that's how you get your story written in one shot. And one thing that I like to do, we like to have this story at the first person POV, present tense. We're going to change that right now. Here, first person POV, present tense. Now we have the extra that we have to add also. In the extra it says, use the style guide. Square bracket, space, SG, space, square bracket. The style guide, remember in my world building, the very first card I brought in is the story guide, which give me idea to make sure the story is going to be very good and that it's going to be well received by the children or the middle grade. So that's why I put this right there to use that as a style guide. Because here in my style, there's only one thing, read aloud. That's it. So it's going to see read aloud in the style guide inside the world building. So let's get this going. You can use Muse if you want. It's not my favorite because it doesn't understand all the time all the good information I put here. So I go with my favorite one, which is Excellent. I will remove write all in French because it's not. You can put information here. If you have something you have written and you want the same style, you can put it in there. It's very good into listening in this box here, which basically another place to put your style example on how to put the read, how to write this story. And I just go. It's going to tell me it needs to shorten things. This I do not do. I do not shorten the scenes. You could do it, but it will get a very short story. I leave it as that because I want every chapter to be written properly. And he's going to write, when he's ready, he's going to check everything and he's going to write our story. And because he's having all the information, ho, 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 the familiar laugh catch in my throat. Transform into a sight of relief. Above me, palm trees sway like dancing in health. So I really like it because it's giving me the dialogue and the very short, how we call these again? Tags, dialogue tags. Information, float, my eyes grow heavy. There's no list to check twice here. So chapter 1 is finished writing. So at 1,143 words, blinky, big mistake. So you see how it's going to write the whole story in one shot by copying the whole outline the way I did. And we're going to have a fairly interesting story too, because we got all the information we need. Obviously, we don't have every time all the time to read every character and every little details that we can go and fix. But in your own time, when you write a story, you take your time and you go and fix it.
Could I please ask a question?
Yes, please go.
So you basically imported the outline in chapter 13, which is your last chapter, and then you changed the point of view from third to first in present tense because you wanted the story to be written in first person.
Yes.
Okay, just clarification. Thank you so much.
And now you could have first person POV, and on the drop down, I could have choose two of the character to have a dual POV. Also, for sake of time, I don't have time to do all that. But then I could play it with the next one. I just double this, make a duplicate, and go and play with my POV and things like that, and get Sudowrite to write the same story with a different perspective, which is also interesting. Or play with the model you're using to write. So where are we here in our writing?
And then you generate the entire story in one shot. You do not do it chapter by chapter. Is that correct?
Correct.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So it's on chapter 4, and we have 3,900 words. And we have 12 chapters, so you can tell it's going to be still considered a short story for middle grade, Christmas in July.
Manon, can I ask another question too?
Absolutely.
Thank you. With regard to the point of views, is the AI capable in a one-shot situation of switching back and forth between, like, chapter 1 is Santa Claus point of view, and chapter 2 is Blinky point of view, and chapter 3 is back to Santa Claus, and so on, where you're switching? Or do you recommend doing all the Blinky scenes in one shot and all the Santa scenes in a second document for one shot?
The AI is capable to do the dual POV, is able to Santa Claus. What he's doing is going to see, and I will not be in this one, I will do it in the outline over here, because when it's doing the writing over here. But if I go in the outline, you have this here. You can go customize chapter by chapter.
Okay.
Or all chapter together, and then the POV, the bottom, say I want Santa and Blinky.
Oh, okay.
Then I can say first blah, 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 and I can go do a rewrite. And it will produce a new outline similar to it, but it's going to say POV Santa, POV Blinky, POV Santa, POV Blinky.
Perfect. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, but thank you.
No problem. And there's so many ways to do it. It's you can play with it. I love playing with it and change things. And that's often I discover things. So some of my story have 3 POV, not just 2, 3. And it really do a very good job on some of them. It's like, oh my God, it's very, very interesting because it give you things that you will not have thought as a writer to put in your story, because we're so used to the POV of one in a chapter and the POV of the other in the next chapter. But a dual POV per chapter, that's kind of very, very fun to work with. One of my Smirk, the next one, has a dual POV per chapter, which is very interesting how the AI did produce that. So we have at 7,000, almost 8,000 words. And when he's finished writing that, I will show you how to get your outline. If you go chapter by chapter and you want more details and more fun to do with, I will show you how to do that too. Hopefully it's not going to take, so we're on chapter 7. This is one thing when in classes, it's when you generate things like that. And I don't want to stop because I know it's a good story.
May I please ask another question? So after you generate the entire book this way, do you go in, read it, and start the editing process?
Absolutely. I always read my story like 3 to 10 times. And we have also a new process that we are, the alpha, beta, the alpha testing, that we have a editor going on. And the editor go line by line and give us information, says maybe you should change this because this is too many times, that word is too many times in the story, switch it by this. And you can also put down some of my story, I like them, but when I'm reading them, it says there's too much information, the kids will just come out from the story, it's this too much details. So what I did in the editor, I said, please reduce the story by 30%. Keep all the very important details that will keep my young reader reading the story. And I tell you one thing, he did a very good job. So story which were 10,000 words, they reduced to 9,000, sometimes 8,500 words. And the story is still very, very structured, but more to the point and punchy, which make the kids like, oh, I cannot stop reading until I finish the story, which is very, very, very fun to work with too. So that's coming in the next couple of months. We should have that editor open to the Sudowrite. So I hope so, because it's a fantastic tool to work with. Yeah.
Do you find that when you work with a one-shot document, is there as good of cohesion in the story as when you are doing it chapter by chapter? Is there any difference just with the story sticking to the outline and making sense? Does it forget what it wrote earlier, since it's such a long document sometimes? Like I know John has mentioned getting 60,000 words and so forth. Does it stay? Or does it stay on track?
It stays on track, and I like it better than chapter by chapter because it stays on track better this way. So that's why it's one of my favorite workflow. And John likes my workflow because I'm the one who's doing the 100,000 to 120,000 words novels.
Incredible.
In this way.
Manon, do you think it would work if a person were going to try it act by act rather than the whole entire book in one shot? Like say you did act 1 as a one shot, act 2 as a one shot for a long novel.
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that too for a longer novel. My favorite way of doing a longer novel, if it's not in one shot like this, because when you do it in a long shot like this, you have to be patient because it takes the whole day to write. Because at some point it stops, and then you have to go back, read back, and make sure that everything is cohesive, and then delete a few things, and that says, okay, keep writing from chapter 11, by example, or things like that. So it's a long process if you write like 100,000 words in one shot like this. So my other way to do it, it's almost done writing here, is when I go in my outline. That's where I go and change this to this, like I did, because earlier, remember, was third person past tense.
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure if it's going to let me do it because it's doing something already. You might stop basically. So all I did is change this and my POV and that present tense. For each of them, I go here and I just click rewrite and I click go. Because right now it's at the third person past tense. This is my favorite way to get a short story to a novel with all the information I needed.
Wow.
So check this one going. That's amazed me each time I look at it because it's giving me 4 parts. Santa Claus, the North Pole, the island, and what's happening at the end of that chapter. So to you, what that look like to you?
I'm sorry, what did you do to chapter 1? You clicked on those 3 little dots and then you asked it to do what?
Just rewrite, nothing else.
4 beats.
It gives you more information if you click rewrite?
Yes.
Okay.
Just don't forget. First, you ask your outline at the third person past tense. So basically the original way was you ask for the outline to be generated that way. Then you go and change your perspective. So that's where you put how many people you want as perspective. And then the present tense. Then you go and the 3 dots and say rewrite. Nothing else, just rewrite. So I will do it again on chapter 2. Rewrite, go, nothing else. And this is where I get, these are 4 scenes.
Oh,
Oh, now you see what I'm doing?
yeah.
So when I take these, is it finished writing the story? Let's go check if it's finished. Stop anyway, it's not finished. All right, so I'm going to show you what I do. These scenes here, I take them all, Ctrl copy. I go in my 3 dots and I say create chapter 1. This is how I get a long one. I can take the same thing here. I'm going to show you what I do here. So get my scene. I only pass these. These are already there. I add my, I will go get it here. My little instruction. I'm going to bring it in. So he has an idea on how to write it. Put it there. Change it to my favorite one, which is excellent. And I go do it. So he's looking at it. Says that looks pretty good. Now you can imagine if I have this going like that, I can have a very long novel. If I do the same thing with all of them, then I copy here the same way I did the other one with the shorter version, which I did with this. My favorite way is this. I go all the chapter, all 12 chapter, I do the rewrite for all of them. Then I copy the whole outline, create another chapter or another document. Actually, it's not there. Sorry, it's over here. So I generate. So I said generate another one. No, it's going to be add chapter. Then it's going to go at the bottom. So this one is the one with the short. This one will be with the 4 scene per chapter. Then I will bring this up and write the book in one shot, the same way I just did with the shorter one. Do you understand what I'm doing?
Wow, that's amazing.
So
So
this,
I'm kind of like mind blown right now. I've been
Me
doing it
too.
wrong the entire time.
sorry, I know it's a lot of information. I have a crazy workflow, but it works. So basically you just go and do that. You write, you reread everything. And that's, I really love my 4 beats or 5 beats because I like to know what's going on because we ask for those twists. We ask for those cliffhanger. So they are inside each of them. And remember, it's one of them per act. Like the lady you asked earlier for if you go and do it by act, absolutely. Copy chapter 1, 2, 3 until act 2. So all those 3. Bring it up inside your scene box and write your act 1 that way. As simple as that. So did we finish this? Which one are we here? This is the, which one is this one? This is the, you see, that's the chapter 1. So I could go, you see, you like it? Giving me 4 to 6. Looks good. The scenes are clear. Stake of magical, da, 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 da. So he's happy with it just by bringing my 4 scene from the outline of chapter 1 only. And you have all your information from the character and your world building. And he's going to write chapter 1 without having to regenerate any scenes because it's already done in the outline. So many ways to use Sudowrite and have fun with it, isn't it? Amazing. Where did you add 2 or 3 again? All right, the 2 and 3, it's in the outline. POV, first POV. You just go up, bring it up, and then all your character from your character box are here, and then you can choose. You can do it chapter by chapter. You can say chapter 1 is Santa and Blinky. Chapter 2 is someone else who is in there. Blinky, Twinkle Batch, You can, Pipa is there, other people, so you can say, okay, in chapter 2, Blinky, Santa Claus is not there, but Blinky and Pipa are there. And you can go chapter by chapter that way. No, same here, this one. So just one by one. So you can also, this is for the whole outline. So this will be easier when you go inside over here and you do it over here. So it's chapter 2, first person, and change the POV right there. So it's going to write with Pipa right now, as because I changed that. It's changing as we change them. The AI sometimes change the stuff. So just be aware that if you change it when it's writing, your story may sound a bit funny. So it's writing chapter 1, 3000. So we have scene number 2. This one would have to be reread to make sure it's all good. Scene number 3. And you should have the end of chapter. That should be what is writing right now. Ho, 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 I laugh. I laugh. So it's on this POV of Santa. Scene 4, from alternating between Santa Claus, Blinky to Incasso point of view. So see, in one scene is going to alternate between the two. So that's very interesting to read when it's finished on how that's going to look like. I will share that with you and you can read it at your own leisure. We already like almost an hour and a half together. So as you finish writing that, and I'm going to share all these with you guys, the 13 and this one. What is it doing here? I begin typing the enchanting key glowing with each press. The date, July 14, day 1 of Operation Joy Restoration. Weather, blizzard-tastic with a chance of sparkles. Operation Smooth than a penguin on ice. Workshop shut down. Party in full swing. System getting their annual spa treatment. I can wait to read this. Oh, sugar plum, what I have done. Cool. All right, let's share this full story. I think it's full. Let's double check here if we got all. We have 12 scenes. So let's make a search here on the scenes. Remove this. The last one, scenes 12. Perfect. He wrote the whole book. So 17,933 words. Obviously, when it's done, you'll reread it, and then you can go and play with your laser tool to add, fix, and change things if you want to. So let's share this story. So it's going to be in the chat. Then let's share just chapter 1 with the extension, first person POV at the point of view of Santa Claus. Let's share this one too. All right. Well, I think I showed you pretty much everything I wanted to show you, starting by just adding image in the chat, which everyone has a copy now of the chat GPT. The only thing you won't be able to see, I don't think the image will stay. One class I did prepare, this image did go out after I went back in it. So you might lose those images in the chat GPT, not sure why. So on this, I believe I taught you everything I was looking to teach you today. Any question, anything you want me to go over and explain, or anything you're working on and you like some help?
Is there a way to export your final document here into like a Word document?
This export.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's how you do it. So if it's chapter by chapter, I don't think we can do the whole system together, but each chapter can be exported one by one this way.
Do you have any comments on the most popular models when you use the one-shot way of doing it?
The most popular, what do you mean by the most popular?
Oh, like the top ones people seem to go to, the Claude 3.7 and the Muse and versus whatever the other popular ones are that people love.
The Muse is very popular, but to write a full story the way I do it, it get lost. It doesn't do it as well as Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, basically Claude Sonnet, Echo Sonnet, Sonnet, and those. Starting from here, that's because they get more and more expensive. Opus will write a lot, very expensive. The new Sonnet is basically Sonnet, and the Excellent is basically the same thing. So maybe it's Sonnet 4, maybe a bit more intelligent using more of the Claude. Price-wise should be the same thing. So maybe one day I will try this one. I'm so used to the Excellent and the 3.7 because I know is understanding how I want the book to be written. But I will probably play with this one. I know Opus, John likes to write with Opus, even though it's extremely expensive. So people want to just take their credit off before the end of the month. They go and use Opus to get very big results. There's many ways. This one is very fun to work with when you're on the nonfiction. Before we had the DeepSeek, which was doing very good. I use a lot of DeepSeek, but still, Excellent is my go-to for pretty much all my stories.
Thanks.
Come take a journey, step inside, where stories bloom and hearts collide.
Stop the recording, and I'm going to say thank
From
you for
French
being with
cafes
me
to
on
Spanish
Saturday. I
skies.
totally enjoyed this class with you, so
We
I'm looking
write the
forward to
world,
seeing
no
the
need
great
to
Summer story, so share with us on
Muse
Discord.
is calling loud and clear.
Bye-bye, everyone, and thanks again.
In every voice, in every sphere, with Manon Doucet by your side, let Sudowrite be your magic guide. No borders, no walls, just rhythm and rhyme, writing in every language, one line at a time. From Berlin dreams to Rome's old stone, with Muse in your hands, you're never alone. So dive in deep, let your words be free. This is your global symphony. Custom prompts and secret hacks we find to Muse and never look back. In German journals or tales in French, we spark the fire, no need to quench. Write with flair, with truth, with soul. In every tongue you'll feel whole. Sudowrite's the key, just take the chance and let your voice begin to dance. Oh, dark, no borders, no walls, just rhythm and rhyme, writing in every language, one line at a time. From Tokyo lights to Chile's breeze, we're crafting dreams with creative ease. So dive in deep, let your words be free. This is your global symphony. Écris ton rêve, cuenta tu historia. Verschreib mit Herz, dai voce alla tua anima. Together we rise across the seas. One world, one Muse, infinite keys. Whole truck, no borders, no walls, just rhythm and rhyme.